You actually just now sat down, so you're not late at all.
Yeah, y'all have to turn.
All right, everybody's here. We'll call the meeting to order. My agenda still says the 14th. I'm going to scratch through that and put the 26th on there. This is the workshop for the Town of Lakeview Town Council. And it's going to be a very busy one for sure. All right, I will have the invocation and then we'll move into the roll call. Bow your heads, please. Father, we come to you tonight thankful that we have a place to meet in a town that wants us to do the best we can for them and ourselves. We're thankful that we have this team. This team did not come together by accident. This is a team that you wanted to have in place here. We may not always understand the reasons, but I know that you do have a plan. As we move into the business of the town, keep our hearts and our minds focused on the town and the people of the town. Help us discern good ideas from bad, and give us the right tongue and mindset to speak to each other with respect and admiration that we have for each other. I'm thankful for each representative here. Pray for their safety as they go home tonight. Again, Father, guide our actions and our words that they would be acceptable and uplifting to your kingdom. This I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. We'll start with something easy. Roll call.
Nancy.
Here.
Tony.
Here.
Vivian.
Here.
Brad.
Here.
Jan.
Here.
Paul.
Here. Let's see. Give me just a moment. I'm looking through here for something. I don't see. All right. We are now at the approval of the consent agenda.
I'd like to pull some things off and add some things.
Okay.
I'd like for items A, C, D, and H to be voted on separately.
A, C, D,
D and H.
and H. Okay.
And I would like to add an item, the next 21 media bill.
So we're adding J, next 21 media. And before you leave, I want you to sit down with me in the next 21 media contract, so that we can discern exactly when our responsibility ends there. I believe the March payment is the last one.
I believe we have 2 more years.
2 more years?
Yes.
Not sure, we'll see. And that will bring up another item. And we'll talk about that in a minute.
About the consent agenda, do we have a bill for Carol's redoing her notary and a bill for Tyler to be bonded? They've not been on the
I never.
agenda.
I never turned, I haven't turned it in. I'm just gonna keep it, I'll pay for it.
I never got a bond thing. I just sent off the paperwork to, and that was it.
This that's coming around now is reimbursement request for my mileage for the last 2 trips to the depositions in Tuscaloosa County with Courtney Crowder.
I'm sorry. Sure.
And I'd like to put that down as item Okay,
Like for them to be separate from the consent agenda.
you want that,
Yeah.
this separate from consent agenda or something else?
This.
This, okay. Where would you like to put it? New business?
Now, just wherever we put these other bills to look at separately.
Yeah, we'll
They'll
probably,
probably go to new business.
they go to new business. All right, so we're gonna hold that one, put it in with the other bills.
New business.
Well, let's keep working on the consent agenda now. I would like to pull out item I to talk about, a little more. Any other corrections to the consent agenda? So just to recap, we have it as stands, and we were pulling out items A, C, D, H, and I. We're adding a J for the next 21 media bill. This is the bill for the maintenance of the website. Anything else? Super, moving right along. Review of workshop and council minutes.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
under the consent agenda, the radios for the encryption of the radios is not on that.
It's not on there.
Can we add it in new business?
Yeah, we'll add it in new business. We've got several things we're gonna add, so we'll talk about it there.
Yeah.
Oh, in the minutes, 2/14/2019, the renewal of Carol's notary status, how much was it? How much did it cost?
She just said she wasn't gonna turn in a receipt.
I'll keep it, I paid for it, it was $92, but I'll keep it, it'll be mine.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you so much for that.
And where did you find that?
On, the 2/14/2019 council meeting minutes,
Okay.
page 3, 8C.
8C, there it is, yep, okay. Okay, good catch there. Anything else in the minutes?
Oh, in, page 4, 10, Mr. Creek spoke on, country club, excuse me. It was not stated,
Our public comments,
yes,
Was that the night he talked?
yes.
He did it at the
At the
beginning.
beginning of the meeting.
It wasn't really public
Yeah, that's
comment.
true. Yeah, he did do
So
it.
maybe we need to move that to the beginning of the agenda. Or beginning of the minutes.
Yeah, we did that before we did it between 2 and 3, between roll call and approval. So we'll just make a note there to have that added before we sign off on it.
Okay, in the budget and finance committee, on the last page, page 4, it was a special call, it was not April 23rd. And, we had a special call meeting on February 26th, 2019.
Which committee is this?
The police relations committee, I got my ducks in a row.
And you actually met when?
The, February 26th, 2019, 45 p.m.
did you say that was a special meeting?
Yes. police
April 10th
relations-
was canceled.
April 10th was canceled, and we moved it to February 26th. A special called meeting by Jan Dickey Smith, and it was at 5:45 p.m. And that's it. On my part.
All right, anybody got any additions or corrections?
The only thing is, these are actual council minutes. Tyler, did you ever transcribe workshop minutes?
No, I apologize for
If you
that.
will, the next meeting, have the 2/14 workshop minutes ready.
Yeah, just put them in the front of the stacks that we have. We'll do those, thank you. Any other additions or corrections for the minutes?
Not in believe this is the workshop, and I got correct.
How about the February 4th? Is that one okay, the special meeting? No problems there?
Nope, it was fine.
Okay, that's what I
That
thought.
stuff rolled around in the car, so.
Yeah, I was a little disorganized myself. Sure was.
Everything's gone.
We should have had a couple of these tapes put together this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have something like for Jay on the approval of consent agenda tonight?
Tonight?
No.
No, we marked it off.
We moved it to new business.
We're gonna put it in new business.
We're gonna put it in new business.
And what was it?
The mileage expense.
It's mileage
report.
expense. You'll have a number of them there, a number of things to add.
Okay.
Under department business.
Are we
Oh,
through
I'm sorry.
with, anyone else got any additions or corrections on the minutes before we move on? Please, Nancy, go ahead.
Under the department minutes, I have received a request from Annette that she have about 5 minutes.
I got that same request.
All right. I just didn't know, I guess would it be department business or just where you want to put it?
You know,
I'm not even on here as the department, so
Well, that's true. I mean, they're really not a department.
that's right. I'm fine with her speaking now. She was very distinct that she wanted to speak to the workshop, not the council. So, are y'all okay with her speaking now?
Yeah.
Good place to stop, please, Annette.
I've been working on Tyler on some of the expenditures and just in general. I think, and I would like to offer my help. I'm willing to take an afternoon or morning or whatever. It seems to me that Tyler could have a little bit more input on how we have done the budget or the monthly finances in the past. Looking at it, and up to now, I had some general questions for Tyler, but I think in order to get more detail, I would have to have the council say it's okay for me to talk to Tyler about, you know, for instance, if I ask line item supplies, what is it? Supplies from Office Depot. Okay. You know, if expenditure is out of whack, you know, for 5 months straight, we have, hypothetically speaking, $5,000, and then 1 month we spend $25,000. Where is the offset, or what is that? You know, have we put something in the wrong line item? Do we need to create a new line item? You know, I think some items are being put in an incorrect, and that's just, you know, we can't fault Tyler for that, but I think if it's okay with the council needs to talk about it, you know, I'm willing to take time and show Tyler how we have done it in the past. I do not have to have access to the town computer or anything like that. He sends me the worksheet. I can work off of my computer and he can look at his computer, so I don't have to see what's on the town computer. But I think it's advantageous for the town at this point in time, next week, the 6th month is up, that we're in this budget period, and I think we need to look at it in a little bit more in detail, because I think we're doing some expenses and lines, they don't belong there, and I think we're missing some.
I think that would be very wise for us to do that.
So you want to put it under,
New business, I guess.
yeah.
Let's go ahead and put it as new business. So
I
we talk
think it
about
would be great if you actually you took the approved budget and just went line by line by line and told him what everything is.
that would be very helpful
Yeah.
too.
Well, we can do that, but at the same time, you know, somehow we need to figure out that if I ask Tyler or certainly, and I'm not talking salaries, I don't want to know anything about salaries, but if there's line items and I have a question about it because I think there's something incorrectly on that line item, if I ask him, you know, I need him to be able to answer me. So that's something, you know, the council needs to decide. Do I have authority to talk to him about it, or is somebody else going to take the whole budget over and get all the answers we need on that?
I put it down under 7 as line item A, Annette to assist Tyler. So thank you for
Under
volunteering to do
You
that.
mean 8?
You mean 8?
Yeah.
No, I said 7, new business as number A.
Well, why am I looking at new business under?
I'm in the workshop, that's why. Thank you.
We don't, for some reason, I didn't get a copy of the workshop
We
agenda.
didn't get a copy of the workshop.
So I'm working off the cancel agenda.
I apologize for that.
So
Yeah.
A will be,
Here's the workshop agenda. It's 2 pages.
let's see.
When you get one of those, is that what I gave you? Then I'll give you my old copy. But I will not.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that was.
This would be a good opportunity for Tyler. Tyler's also asked that, he's got someone that's an accountant, that's a friend of his at church, that does it at the church. Why don't you make your request, Tyler?
Basically, she's a good family friend of mine, and she's been, or she was, she just retired from being our church secretary, and she's dealt with same situation as I'm in, balancing the accounts and different things like that. And I was just wondering if she can come tomorrow sometime and help me out reconcile the accounts, because I've tried to do it, and some of them I can do, and some of them, specifically the general fund, I'm struggling with, and I want to make sure we are, in the right direction.
I will add this to Tyler's request. Normally, we can request Don Wallace to come up and help us, but that's not happening right now because we're in the middle of tax season. So he's sort of a little bit at a disadvantage, not being able to pick up the phone and ask him specific questions, especially about the SAGE system of how stuff works. So until tax season is over, unfortunately, I don't feel like we're gonna have too much assistance out of Don like we have in the past. Because he knows the SAGE system.
Why don't we ask Cheryl? Cheryl would be willing to come in on a Saturday or a Sunday and spend, 4 hours.
Cheryl.
So, former clerk,
No, I would not be okay with having a former employee come in to do that.
any particular reason?
I do have reasons that I would rather not vocalize, but I'd be glad to share them with the council in private time.
I'd like to do that, so just call a special meeting. No, we would
Do it in executive
in
session.
executive session.
Except for some reason, old business is 6, and old business over here is 7.
I don't have any problem at all with the person coming in the office, as long as they're not accessing confidential or proprietary information.
Well,
They need to know that their access will be limited
Yeah.
and confidential.
yeah, well, I'm not like, I'm gonna be sitting at the
I
computer.
hear you.
And it's not like I'm gonna be, like handing it to her and saying, here it is. I'm gonna be sitting with her, and she's just gonna kind of guide me, or at least, try to at least help me. Because
Is she an accountant or a bookkeeper? So she's not a CPA, she's a bookkeeper.
bookkeeping, but she's dealt with,
Right.
enough to actually help out.
She could be anything at the church, she's just not telling where she's pulled from.
This as long as she knows it's confidential.
We'll make it clear that it's confidential.
You're not hiring her.
But, yeah, we're not hiring her, she's just offering to do it.
Yeah, she's offering to do it.
Turn the numbers off. You don't need it 3 pages.
All right, I think we were at department business,
So the one I have.
is that right? Is that where we were?
That's what good.
All right.
Is that okay?
You don't know what, well, that's what was,
I think that is it okay for this lady to come in? Everybody okay with that? Okay. You can run with that.
so,
All right, department business. Thought I heard somebody saying something. Building inspector.
she does.
Got a couple of questions first. I know we went through the consent agenda, but I also have expense in there for the conference that was in Orange Beach with my, gas, not mileage, but where I bought gas and stuff. And I turned in, and also you're supposed to have something on the upcoming Auburn class, which is next week, in your packet. And then on the tires for the car, I think that was supposed to be 497, not 797.
Yeah, we got stuff on, I saw stuff on tires, we just got.
Yeah, you should have 4 different prices on different tires, and you should have, my hotel, a copy of the paperwork for the conference in Auburn that shows the cost of the conference plus the cost of the hotel. And then you should have expense report showing the cost of the hotel and the cost of gas and food that was purchased with receipts in the packet for the one that was in Orange Beach.
Okay, that's three,
Was that it?
let's do 314,
It's not listed on the agenda, but that was why I was questioning.
Okay.
314 needs to be changed to
Yeah.
433.
133, 38.
Yes, ma'am.
That's for one, and then I got the upcoming one coming next week.
433.
C.
E.
What was the number? 433 what? Did
433, 38.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's,
And we on the tires, or we on the tires or the hotel?
I have one class that I've already paid.
I hear you, but you said the tire number on this was correct.
The one on the
Yeah.
tires is supposed to be 400 and something was the low.
For Warren Tire, is that the one?
Mhm.
There's 497.24, that's the low.
Okay,
497.
that was the low bid.
Say it one more time.
497.24, that's the tire.
The next one, the tires.
That was my low bid.
Right
All right.
Mark that
Hotel.
number out.
And then I have another class coming
497.
up next week that has you have it in your packet that shows the hotel cost and the conference cost. For approval for me to go to that.
George, which one is
It
that, the
wasn't
314?
listed. No, it's a copy of the agenda for the conference. That's it. You got it. The cost of the conference is $150, and this is the hotel cost per room, and I'll be there for 2 days. On Wednesday night and Thursday night.
Where'd you find that? In our packet?
It was turned in.
Yeah, I think I left that in the car. But
Yeah, and then this is the one that I just got back from.
All right.
They've already wrote a check for that one.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, so do we need to reimburse you for the hotel stay or just the gas and food?
No, the hotel and gas and food for the one I just got back from.
Okay,
The
so,
other one is just approving me to go, and I can take a check with me to cover the cost of the hotel bill and the class or whatever. But neither one of them were listed on the consent agenda.
all right, so the hotel bill that we need to reimburse you for was 314.14.
Is whatever you got a copy of it, where there's a breakdown of the hotel bill.
The Orange Beach thing?
Yes, ma'am, it's the hotel bill and food and gas.
How much was the food and how much was the fuel?
I don't know,
It's in
I don't
this
have a copy
package.
of it.
Here, you wanna read them? That's what you left in my box.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay.
It's 433.38 total. There was 314.14 for the hotel bill. And then you see the meal prices across there, 31.85, 18, and 17.61. And then I had gas, which those, the 24.18 and the 27.17, where I put gas in the city vehicle.
Okay,
Total of 433.38.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
thank you. Okay.
And that was one that I just got back from, and then some of you have it, some of you don't, for the upcoming one, which is, in Auburn.
So can we put the upcoming one in Auburn into new business and vote on it?
Yeah, well, that's what it's in there for y'all to vote on, say yea or nay.
Okay.
And how much was the one that you just did, or coming up?
The one that's coming up is from Auburn. All you have is a copy of the, do I need to make copies of that?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
No, okay.
Just, no, don't forget my package there, okay? Okay, how much was the one for Auburn?
I'm gonna go make you copies of it.
150 registration.
That's, yours.
Yeah. You need this?
No,
Okay.
I just needed to talk about it.
And how much was the class? 100?
I said 50. And then the class was 150.
How much was that, Jay?
I don't want to.
Sorry.
The motel for Orange Beach,
No, that one was
I don't know how much.
it was 314.44.
But it's over the,
314, 44.
And then food and gas
Uh-huh.
with the hotel comes to a total of $433.38. That's the Orange Beach total.
That one, David, you gotta change on E, I believe it was on the
It is.
consent agenda, not on the new business.
Now, E is the tires. E's is tires.
D.
Yes, D. Instead of 314.40, 314.14, then we've got to add the gas and the food, which came to a total of $433.38. Thank you. Thank you. How many nights, two?
I have a copy, I think it slid out in my back seat.
It's very expensive to make sure everything goes down.
Plus tax. Tax rate was
I hate to
13%.
say it.
Did you give, standards one,
No, ma'am, I didn't.
please? Mr. Standard.
When everybody gets their notes caught up, y'all let me know when you're going.
Got it.
Thank you.
And I also have a B for new business in the workshop session. We have a gentleman that wants to be a part-time officer with us to fill that part-time spot. I'll tell you all about him tonight.
That's gonna be C, because you got a net is A, building inspectors, Auburn trip is B.
I didn't put B down there, all right. Building inspector, oh, trip.
C.
What's the new officer's name?
Casey
Evans.
Edmonds. Casey is what he spells it.
Under new business, we've got A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
I have a D. I have a letter I need to bring up to you.
Letter.
A letter. Tuscaloosa County Commission.
County TCC.
Okay, what was the A, B, and C?
A and F, B, Auburn class, C, part-time officer, D, letter from Jan, County Commissioner.
And E would be mileage for.
You got mileage for the mayor and then
Eight.
eight wanted radios.
All right.
Mileage,
E, mileage for my mileage.
okay.
Mileage.
F is what?
Description.
Yeah.
Radios.
Radio.
I think we also need a G. We made a motion to, make Carol the acting clerk. Don't we need to make a motion to?
Didn't we put a timeline on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we?
February
I know we
28th.
put a timeline. I know we did on the money, I just didn't know.
We did on the help too, because we actually thought of it the day we were in here and said this is officially the day, so it's done. So we don't need a G right now, right?
Right.
Okay, making sure I was up. All right, anything else from the building inspector?
Y'all have the expense, the one for Orange Beach,
Yes,
and then the one for Auburn,
yes.
and then the tires, so all that's corrected. And then I can get my report.
Move my fee to new business too, is that in the did y'all make that?
We just discussed them, we pulled them out separately and discussed them during that same time.
Correct. I had 50 building and miscellaneous permits that were issued this, from February the 8th to March the 6th, which is also the week that I was in campaign, so we also. And then I've had 128, approximately 128 scheduled building inspections. Received 7,576 in permit fees and licensing. And then of course, obviously the same stuff was dealing with, talking to builders, going over stuff, checking on, call-in complaints and, dealing with the development on a regular basis. And actually today, they were actually, the roads we've been having trouble getting to stiffen up. So they had a milling machine in, they came out, poured concrete, the regular concrete dust, on the roads about 2.5 inches thick, and then put a milling machine all the way up and down the road to mix the concrete in with the gravel and soil that was there, and using the moisture that was in the soil to harden up, and hopefully we can start getting ready to put some curb and pavement down.
Good, that's good information there.
Paul, do we need a building inspector to come in, the engineer to speak before we go any further, so he can go home?
Oh, keys back.
I think he was gonna speak during the council. But thank you for being sensitive to that. Any questions for the building inspector? Police department?
In the month of February, we had 3 arrests on warrants, 3 assists, contacts, 35 calls of enforcement limits, 21 calls in the jurisdiction, 6 calls outside of the jurisdiction, 1 call for Petro, 2 false alarm calls, 3 felony cases, 14 incident offense reports. We drove 2,955.4 miles, had 2 on view arrests, 30 outside agency assists, 9 traffic citations, 12 traffic stops, 4 checked, 4 warrants, and a certificate.
Any questions for the chief? Thank you, Eddie. Huh? That's a fax machine, okay. Bear with me, I'm just reading something just real quick. Okay. All right, thank you, Eddie. Court report.
Alright, started in February, we started off with $15,602.71. We deposited $8,103.30. We withdrew $3,498. And we ended up with $20,208.01. You want me to bring up about B-Tech?
That's fine, I'll hand them out right now.
Alright, got B-Tech that came in, and there's gonna be a bill because he came by to do an estimate on what it's gonna take to get me moved from this office into this little one. And it's gonna be $525 to put in a computer jack and move the fax machine and the mail machine outside the door. That's what the time three is the computer, jack and the mail machine and the fax machine. And the fax machine and the mail machine is gonna be just outside the door right there. He says it'd be really expensive to run it anywhere else we wanted to put it. So it's just to go straight to the wall.
Well, my comment to this is, I think we ought to do it, unless we get other facilities, if we even open up the cartboard and put some of our employees in it and let, what I was thinking really is make this bottom for the clerks, the dispatcher and Tyler, and then put out the cartboard, leave the police department on top. This is just my thinking, okay? And that frees up this building for people that have to come in and see the building inspector, will be out in the cartboard, possibly, because that's a bunch of space that we could be using. It's already, it just needs a little bit of attention, you know, putting little walls. There's another separate building inside with walls that he could use as his filing facility if people come to talk to him. And leave Carol. Let's see, do we put Carol out there? I'm trying to think. I had it
You
all.
put me out there, you better put a bathroom and some air conditioning in there.
Got to leave you here, Connie, leave you here with the clerk, but you are a clerk, I mean.
Vivian, to address this,
Uh-huh,
I was unaware that there was not any kind of computer jack in that front room.
I'm surprised.
Regardless of if we rearrange employees, start using the cart barn, a computer jack needs to be in that front room.
Yep.
For
yeah,
whoever is gonna be sitting there, so
Yeah.
I think we ought to just add that to new business
Let's do
number
it.
8.
I agree.
and then Carol have that one, and put the building inspector in.
We're gonna put that as
Well, that's
G.
what they're saying.
new business G.
Yeah.
Is that right?
All right,
All right, and that is B-Tech.
D is, B-Tech.
B-Tech, that's right. All right, moving right along. Any questions for Carol? Thank you, Carol. Town clerk, Mr. Tyler.
We'll start off with the general fund. Beginning balance was $382,155.62. The ending was $474,422.14. Savings was $252,856.81. Municipal court, beginning was $15,602.71, ending was $20,2801. Corrections was $13,413.16, beginning. And the ending was $14,312.91. Bond, beginning was $14,679.85, ending was $15,429.85. Capital improvement stayed the same. 4 and 5 cent gas tax, beginning was $69,329.69, ended at $69,678.50. 7 cent fuel tax, $39,852.58. Ending was $40,270.18.
That's it. All right. Thank you, Tyler. Any questions for Tyler on that? Super. Attorney, Jim, you got anything to?
I don't really have anything to report. I've answered some questions and done some research and reviewed some documents, nothing earth-shattering.
Under old, thank you, Jim. Under old and unfinished business, we have the phone system for the clerks. And phone system for the clerks, it's really for everybody. It's in the building. If, anybody that answers the phone is having the same issues.
I think you gave us some new information.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing this.
Yes,
Yeah, there should be
Can it come from capital funds? New funds?
Yeah, they can.
Mhm, sure can. Any discussion on that? Don't want to move on too fast, but I know we got a lot more to go.
It's interesting that the cost of the,
Ma'am?
interesting, the cost of the equipment's $267 and the cost of the installation is $560.
Yeah.
Cost what it costs.
I'm assuming that they can't use any of the lines that are in here. They're planning to pull new lines.
I haven't seen it.
That's the only reason I could think that the cost would be so much.
New VoIP phones,
Say that again, Annette.
might be those new VoIP
Yeah, they will be VoIP lines, sure.
Different ones.
Anything else on the phones? All right, next item, speech recognition programs for the clerks. Now, this sheet that we have with the Dragon version 15 circle, is that the one that you're indicating that you
Yeah,
recommend?
yeah,
Have you sampled that one or used that one somewhere?
yeah, I have.
And it worked well for you?
What's the difference between it and the other one?
Well, the other one is kind of like the update, but the 300 is the actual one. The 150 is like if you had a previous version, and it's just to update the software.
Okay.
So you don't get the whole operating system in
Yeah.
the 150, okay, that makes sense to me.
Does this come, if we purchase the software system, can more than one person use it?
Yeah. And I mean, it would help me, for when I'm having to, do the minutes and stuff like that. So like when I have the motions written down on my sheets of paper that I have, I can just speak into the computer, and it basically will I go into a Microsoft I go into a Word document, just a blank one, and just start saying everything, and it'll just write it for me. So
Did they give you any idea of how many computers we can load the software on?
I think it is a disk from my understanding, or it is a download possibly. We can either get it physically sent here, or I can download it off their website. So we can go either way, however you want to go with it.
Do you know, I would like to know how many people we can actually put on there for the 300.
We probably get 5 or 6 probably.
And that's one.
Should be for everyone in your system.
That's what I would think, so. Word, you buy them by 3 or 5, or, yeah.
Is that one for $300?
Yes, ma'am, it's the one that's circled on the front. Did you not get it?
So it's like.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know my time.
I think
All right. Anything else about, oh, we're still talking about that, I'm sorry.
Is there any other thing that has to be purchased beside this software? There's no,
To make it work.
no hidden,
I don't think so.
hidden connections or hidden fees?
Or a special headset, or?
Yeah.
No.
Basically, I mean, the computer's already got a microphone in it that's built in, so it should be that it should just, be able to figure my dialect out.
Super. Any other questions about the speech software?
We just need to know exactly how many you can use on that software, I think.
Yeah.
If it's up to 5 or if it's up to 10.
If we have time between the 2 meetings, I will pull it up and see if
Yeah.
I can get some answers on that.
Okay.
Or I'll let you pull it up, that's right. I looked, I didn't see it.
Oh,
All right, septic tank and sewer for municipal buildings. I guess we'll be discussing that in great depth from the bench, unless anybody wants to just dig into it here.
No, I've got a question for you.
Please.
When you used your Visa card to purchase something from Amazon and they charged us $8, did you get that back?
Can't get it back. I
I'm
tried.
sorry, but that
That
was
was
on the
terrible.
line.
Yeah, no, it's, and then I started making me look at the way you check out. It doesn't give you a place to say that that you can opt out of tax.
That's true. 'Cause
But
I
they-
use them all the time.
Yeah. And I do regret that.
the bill for the business cards also has tax on it.
But even with that, the $8 on the Amazon thing, we came out cheaper than buying the other price, for sure.
Tyler, we shouldn't have to pay any kind of tax since we're municipality.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Should be tax free.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're ordering something online, if it takes picking up the phone
Yeah, just
and
call.
call and say, hey, look, how do I not pay tax? 'Cause
It adds up.
Understand.
Safe room project, anything to report tonight?
It's on hold until we make a decision on the septic sewer.
Okay.
There's something, a new business when we get to that.
Now, I've got something that I want to bring up for new business that we'll just have to stack in there. This is from the League of Municipalities. On the annual business session will be held 3:45 on Monday, May 6th, in the ballroom of the Arthur R. Outlaw Convention Center in, I would think, Mobile.
Yes.
And they're asking for voting delegates. This is a second notice. It came this week because we didn't get it turned in time. I am planning to attend. It's a day thing. Go down and
There's also some training classes at the same time during that part as well.
okay. Didn't see that in here, but
Just to make
it is. If anyone else would like to go, I'm going to offer myself as a voting delegate, but there cannot be also be up to 2 more alternates.
And the date again was what?
This is, and I'll make you a copy of this if you're even remotely interested. It's Monday, May 6th at 3:45 in Mobile. The actual annual convention is going to be going on from the 4th to the 7th. That's where the training that he's talking about is. I'm planning on simply being there for the 6th unless I see training that I'd like to
and I'll show you.
jump on, but I can't imagine. Is there anyone else that would like to plan to attend? If you might remotely attend, I can put your name down here just for that opportunity.
Been there and done that.
I know you have.
I'd just like to review.
Okay. Well, I'll make you a copy of this and
Thank you.
let you,
And we're putting that as H?
what's that?
Are you wanting to put this under new business under H? Or no?
It's not really anything to vote on unless y'all want to vote for me to be a delegate. It actually dictates that the mayor, if he attends or she attends,
I
is
just
a
didn't know
delegate.
if it needed to be put on here or not.
I don't think it needs to be on there, no. That's the way I approached it, you're right, but I don't think it needs to be on there.
Any cost related?
Not for that, I'm sure if, because they're just wanting you to come in and vote. That's actually the business session. If you participated in the other stuff on May 4th through the 7th, I'm sure there would be
Yeah, there's
some sort of cost.
Would you check on that, because I went to the conference and it was at the conference, and I paid the whole price. Of course, it's all out of my own pocket.
Yeah.
But would you check on that,
Yeah.
please?
What do you want me to check on?
See if there is a cost to go to attend?
To attend the other days?
Yeah.
Okay.
There.
No.
To go in and vote.
Oh, going to vote, okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check
I know it
that.
costs to go to the other one.
I will definitely do that. I was reading, I thought it might have said something about that here, but it doesn't. I'll continue to read it. And we'll get y'all copies of that too.
Safe room.
Yeah, we hit on the safe room and Tony's report was that it's on hold until we make a decision on this sewer.
Under new business, can we talk about the desk protectors and the privacy screen? It was in our packet,
Yeah.
but it wasn't added to the agenda.
So H, you want desk protectors.
Desk protectors and privacy screens. And I'll let him tell you how many you need or what. But, Tanya asked for one in Tyler. Next Thursday, somebody
Just for the
comes
new
in.
desk. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the new desk, but they're really nice looking.
Yeah, now, we talked about getting a piece of glass to protect the top of this desk in here too, so we'll throw that one in the mix. Keep still dragging on one.
So H is desk protectors and privacy screens are separate.
What's the privacy screens for?
For
So if somebody comes in, it's kind of offset so that they can't see what's on the screen.
It's just a flat piece that hangs in front of the screen, and if you're at the side, you can't read what's on the screen, so you couldn't get anybody's information off of it.
Because sometimes when you're in a project and somebody comes in and distracts you, you don't think of going out of that screen.
I hate to double back, but this is important. Back to the computer software that we're looking to order. Our consigliere has found about the installing Dragon. It says, this means that you can install Dragon on one computer located at one physical address. We also allow you to install one copy on a secondary computer for backup purposes only.
So it's per license.
The license is per user, not, yep. So, that's, but still, I would think that you would have the most benefit from it because of the lengthy things that you have to.
I used one when I was working before I retired, and they're worth the money.
Yeah.
Because you can get it and it just brings it right out for you.
Such a time saver, for sure.
They're worth the money.
All right, anything else for new business that we're aware of right now?
Well, we're gonna put H as disc protectors and I as privacy screens, or we gonna just put it together?
I put them together, but I can easily put an eye there.
And how many do we need of each?
I would not need a privacy protector, that would be wasted because mine's turns is such that no one would see it.
Two?
Carol, do you think you need one?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna be in there, that's right. I'm thinking about in the cave over here. So three?
Three.
Okay, and of the, that's privacy screens.
Mm-hmm.
We need 3 of them and the desk protectors.
We need 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
You need 2 in here, one upstairs and here, 4. Okay. Okay.
The mayor, Carol, the clerk.
Cause I want one on my bridge part, and then right on the edge of the far end of the.
Then that'll be 5.
I would like to say something about the Tuscaloosa office products.
Okay.
Bill, it's $2,400. It is less than what we, voted to approve. But when I was over here one day, we were talking about the desk. It dawned on me that the regular size desk that we had quoted is not gonna fit in that front. So Carol got a price for a smaller, the guy even actually come out here to see what would fit in there.
Yeah.
So that is gonna be on the separate invoice, but Carol, and correct me if I'm wrong, even at making that change, it's less than what we voted, what we
It was
approved.
over 2,700 at first.
It was-
Well, now it's about 24.
It was 27,63
Yeah, but
originally.
the 2406, that doesn't include your.
That
Yes.
includes.
Oh, it does include
Yes.
this? Oh, I'm sorry, okay.
But it doesn't include Carol.
No, it does include Carol's.
It does?
Yes.
It's not delivered.
But it's not delivered
It-
yet because, Carol wanted to wait until her her wiring got approved. To put that in.
Hers had to go, because of where she's going. It went from, I think, 66 to 24, I think is the understanding of, where
It's
she.
a gazebo.
Yeah, where she
Like
would
a
be.
credenza.
Yeah.
I have 2 credenzas in there.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so how many, desk pads and how many filters?
Okay.
5 desk protectors and 3 filters.
Right.
All right, and we need to make sure they don't charge us tax.
Yeah, make sure they don't charge us tax, that's right. These will be people we're actually coming into contact with.
Is
So let's
this,
make
is
it
this coming from
H&I.
Tuscaloosa office?
Because you can separate from that.
I think it's.
This is Office Depot, I think.
I think this is coming through Office Depot.
Okay, well, they know that we don't pay tax, so.
Right.
I have another item that we need to go back and put on the consent agenda for discussion.
Okay.
So this will be HJK. It is a bill to express oil and tire change. For some repairs that were done to Eddie's vehicle. The axle was coming out of Eddie's vehicle. And
Is that not C?
is that C? I may be causing.
Yes, it is.
It is, mark off K, thank you, Tony. And thank you, Tyler, for getting it in there. Looks like a chicken's been scratching on my thumb. All right,
Right.
anything else that you may think of for new business?
Let's get a copy of that letter that Chris dropped off, see if he thinks we need to approve anything on it.
Who you drop it off with?
Carol, I think. Did Chris Creek come in and drop off a letter that would be from the Channel Lake ABC board?
I don't remember, I think.
I mean, dropped it off.
I
He did
Tanya,
not drop it off with money.
No.
like a couple of days ago.
No,
He would have dropped it with Tanya upstairs, but
He
might have.
She had been here a couple of days.
Yeah.
It was tomorrow.
Yeah, let's take a really quick break, y'all, because we're already into council meeting time, so let's take a quick one and meet back up there. Okay.
I had to